Hello YouTube. Today's video topic is on why Georgia went blue in year 2020. And to start the video, I will say that things have been trending and pushing Georgia blue for some time. It's not something that just happened instantly. The state of Virginia is a prime example, one that used to be very conservative with the way they vote, tend to go red, and that state has been blue for a few years now. Now, I would have thought personally that the state of North Carolina would have went blue before Georgia, although I knew they were very close. But we're looking at Georgia today, and there are a few prime reasons. The city of Atlanta, for a very long time, has always been the New York city of the South, always has been. The Atlanta International Airport is the most visited, frequented airport in the world. Atlanta is a major transportation hub, and all types of cultures of people come in and out of the city of Atlanta continuously. Now, the state of Georgia has a lot of pros to bring to the table. For example, we have the Appalachian Mountains. We have oceanfront property. We have a very low cost of living, while at the same time we have a big city feel in the city of Atlanta. There are also other large cities in Georgia, but Atlanta really does have a big city feel with a relative low cost of living. So the state of Georgia is very attractive on a large number of areas. We have very low regulatory fees, lower taxes. There are other states that are better on the tax spectrum, such as Tennessee and Texas, as well as Florida. They don't have state income taxes. Georgia does have state income taxes, but Georgia has a lot of other things going for it. So the state of California and the state of New York are experiencing mass exoduses. Basically, people are leaving in substantial numbers. Their populations are declining rapidly, not just because of the extreme high cost of living, but the regulatory measures in both states have become absolutely unbearable. I mean, you almost need to apply for a permit to sit on a park bench. It has become absolutely obscene, and people have reached a point where they just can't take it anymore. They're leaving their friends, they're leaving their family, and getting out. It's so bad in the state of California, for example, that they are looking to implement an exit tax, whereby if you're going to relocate out of the state of California, you have to pay a certain tax. And I absolutely see that the other states, including New York, will probably do the same thing to try to hang on to the residents that they have remaining. So not only a lot of these individuals relocating to the other states I talked about, Texas, Florida, and Tennessee, well, they're also coming to Georgia. And I can tell you, I've lived in Georgia my whole life, and I'm seeing tons of cars on the roads with California tags, and especially New York tags. Now, the majority of people who live in California and New York, as we know, tend to vote left and or Democratic blue. They always have for a very long time. Now, these individuals are moving to Georgia to get out of these states that have become all blue, and there's many downsides to a state becoming all blue. So they relocated to Georgia. Yet the irony of the situation is that these individuals are continuing to vote as though they were living in New York or California or the other states that they moved from, thinking that the good parts of Georgia will remain good even if they vote the way they did in California and New York. Well, yes, temporarily, short term, they're not going to see any changes if they're living in Georgia, voting the way they did in California and New York. But they are sadly mistaken in that with time, with enough blue votes, things will eventually turn like California or New York and Georgia. It's just a matter of time. Now, if they love what Georgia is currently and the things that, if they want to keep things as they are in Georgia, which is the reason they moved to Georgia, they must change the way they vote. Or Georgia will become another California, will become another New York. Basically, what it boils down to is that you have more freedom in Georgia based on voting red currently as it stands. Now, if they want to continue to vote blue, Georgia will also have freedoms reduced, just as freedoms are greatly reduced in California and New York. I would say you have less freedom in New York and California than you do in any other state in the nation. Now, there are states that are more free than Georgia. Georgia's not perfect, but Georgia is very, very good currently. So Georgia went blue in 2020. How long will it take for these votes to really change the day-to-day operations of the state? That I do not know. It'll probably take 3 or 5 years, I would say, at a minimum, before we really start seeing our freedoms reduced. But unless we make an instant change, it's going to be too late. And there will be an exodus out of Georgia, just like there was in California and New York. It's just a matter of time. So, if you move to Georgia for all the great reasons, so you will have more freedom, lower cost of living, fewer taxes, all of those great things, you will vote for less regulations, less legal compliances, which as it stands currently, that's voting more right, which is Republican. So it's very ironic, but unfortunately, the way the trends are setting, I don't see it changing. Virginia, once they went blue, they have not turned back red. And that place is becoming more and more less free with all of their laws they're implementing. So Georgia has went blue. Who do I see going next? I see North Carolina, I believe, will be absolutely next. And after North Carolina, I would probably say South Carolina would probably go after that. That's my best guess. Now, after South Carolina, I would say Texas would be next, because more Californians, for example, are moving to Texas than Georgia, and there are already many, many major cities in Texas that are absolutely blue, heavily blue. For example, the city of Austin, Texas. That is a prime example. So this is a situation, again, all of these people are moving here to have more freedom. I will repeat myself again. They're moving here for more freedom, but they're voting as though they were still in New York and California. And the freedoms they moved here for will slowly go away. That's just the fact of nature. Now, I'd like for you all to comment down below. What are your thoughts on the reason Georgia went blue? And what are your predictions on other states who went red, who will probably go blue in the future? I'm very curious to know your prediction. Share this video. Get the word out. Hopefully we try to educate these people that have moved here, that if they want to keep the great things about Georgia, they will rethink, do a deep dive into their mentalities on freedom and getting rid of regulations and compliance measures. Tap a thumbs up icon and also subscribe to the channel. All this helps. We really appreciate it. Check out some of the other videos as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.